Hey guys, how's it going? It's just Matt here this time for this episode of Yard Sale Shenanigans. Will had some he had some plans for today, and Fred also was busy, so both of them couldn't make it. I was available, so I decided, hey, let me go run around Central PA and see what I can come up with. I feel like I did okay for myself, but you guys can also be the judge of that when you watch the video. So starting off, I figured I would go with some of the more random stuff that I found, some figures and things like that. So here we go. I'm going to be ducking in and out because I have it here on the floor, because the way I set up the camera, it'd be on the table, you'd be able to see it. So came across, everybody knows I love Spider-Man so much. Came across a little Spider-Man action figure there. I believe that is the Amazing Spider-Man costume, but it's painted differently. I actually kind of like the way it looks. So yeah, 10-cent bin. Can't really argue there. It was just hiding under something, which is the next thing. We'll put him over there. He was hiding in a little bin, and swishing the bin around a little bit, and I just started getting into collecting little minifigure things. Like I'll pull one off the shelf here. Like I've got this little Doom Cyber Demon here. That's Funko makes these mystery minis. So I got into collecting those recently, and so I was really happy. I came across this in a box. This is the I believe this was the Hot Topic exclusive mystery mini of Aquaman. So yeah, looked him up on eBay. He can go for like $5 or $6. I got him for 10 cents, and he's in really good shape. So I'm happy about that. And then I went to one house. There's things I got for Fred and Will. I felt bad because they couldn't go with me, so I picked some stuff up for them. I'm not going to show it on here. We're actually getting together tomorrow. This is being taped Saturday for Yard Sale Shenanigans. We always go Saturday. It's all taped, recorded, edited, and put up all on Saturday. So tomorrow is the Great Balls of Fire event. Fred's coming over. Will and I are going to watch it with him, and we're going to do a review of the pay-per-view. So if you're a big wrestling fan, you have that to look forward to. I believe we're going to try and get that all up on Monday. So yeah, should be all up on Monday, but I've got stuff for them I'm going to give them tomorrow. But moving on, probably one of the weirdest figures I came across. I have no idea what it's from. If you do know, please tell me in the comments. Now, the paint on his face is a little messed up. I went for this because it came in a bag with a bunch of stuff, and it was just in there, and I think it's so crazy and weird that I just decided to keep it. It's like a wolf. It looks like it's a wolf man because it's got claws and everything. He's blue, and you can kind of see, like, yeah, it's meant to look a little bit like the wolf man, except I just don't, like, he was never blue. I don't really know what this comes from. He has an insignia on his belt. I don't exactly know what it is. I'm keeping it because I think it just looks crazy, and like from a distance, it kind of looks like David Hasselhoff. So it's like I get to have a blue David Hasselhoff figure, and nobody else in the world has that, so I'm happy about that. That was just in a bag that I got for 10 cents with a bunch of other different stuff. Well, no, I got the bag for $1, but there was like a million things in there, so got him out of that bag. Out of the same bag, love my comics. There was a Hulkbuster figure in there. It's in really good shape, honestly. It's a Hasbro, so they make quality little mini figurines like this. So I really enjoyed this, and that's going to go on my shelf, my shelves of interesting items. So yeah, that came out of that 10-cent bag. Last figure to show you that I got out of that same bag. This will go along with my Bowser back here and my other little Mario figure I have there. There was a Mario in that bag. I don't know how I keep coming across Mario figures in bags of stuff. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, I'll take a little Mario figure. They're gonna both fall over. There we go. Now that was it for like the loose bag of stuff that I got. This was at a house, you could tell this guy was a collector. He had a bunch of stuff all over the place, and it was in really good condition, and I walked up to it, I was not thinking I was actually going to get any deals off of this guy. Normally when people have stuff in great pristine condition, you're paying top dollar. But this guy was being really honest about the stuff he was selling, so I got, this was from, this was when Toy Biz was running, they were doing the X-Men figure lines, Iron Man and all that kind of stuff back then. This is still uncarded, so this is from the Iron Man line. It's Spider-Woman, when she had her like black and white costume before it got changed over to like the red and gold colors. But yeah, on card, the card is in really good shape. The plastic container is still adheres very well to the board. The board itself is in really good shape, the card, so $2 for that. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm really happy to come across that. At that same place, they had a bunch of He-Man stuff, and I was really looking at it, and you know, it's that proof that if you're thinking you should get something, just get it. Because I walked away for 2 seconds to look at those, and I turned around and this guy just swiped up all the He-Man stuff, and it was the official older He-Man stuff, and they even had He-Man with his cat and everything. And I missed out on it. I'm really kind of pissed about that. And then the same guy walks right over to a box that I didn't even know existed and started fishing out all these really good Wii games for $2. And there was like Mario Galaxy in there, and some of the other Mario titles, and the Wii Sports Resort, the one Wii game that I don't own. That's like the random sports things. $2, yeah. I was really mad, but I got that out of it, so that's not too bad. So now I'm going to move into the video game stuff that I got. Actually, no, I'm going to show you something. I have no bombshell this week. There really wasn't anything out there to really toot a horn over. Nobody was really selling any consoles. The only thing I came across was like a DSi, but they wanted like $80 for it, and it wasn't in the greatest shape, and I could go buy like a fairly new DSi for that same price. So I'm going to show you something weird then. The next person who has a birthday in my family or within my friends is going to get a really awesome birthday cake. for 25 cents, I came across a Michelangelo Cake Pan. I have not seen a Turtles one like this in a while, especially the old Turtles action figure, like from the old show when they were more like rounded and they didn't make them just like squared, angular jawed things. Like it's the old Turtles, and that is really cool. I actually can't wait to make a cake for somebody and use this, because I just, as being a chef, I love doing anything I can with food, so I really want to get creative with this. So the next person who's got a birthday coming up and you're a Turtles fan, you're getting a Michelangelo cake. So that was 50 cents for that. I think that's really awesome. So now we're winding down toward the end of this video. It's going to be a short one. Like I said, I did the best that I could. There really wasn't a whole lot out this week. Again, plagued by the same problems that we've had in weeks prior, that, you know, people say, hey, community yard sale, and it's like, it's 2 people. Just, if it's going to be 2 people, just say multifamily and just call it quits. Don't say community. That's my PSA. Just don't do it. So, moving on to some game stuff. I got a stack here. Oh, I missed this guy. And that bag, the 10-cent bag, there's I got a little figurine of Magneto hailing a cab. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. He's just like, hey, taxi, help. I'm lost. Where's the nearest Quiznos? Is there even Quiznos around anymore? Anyway, but yeah. There's him. He might go in the trash. I'm not sure. We'll see. Alright, so on to the games. For $2, I've got Lost Planet 2. I know not many people were that happy about Lost Planet 2, but I liked the first game, and I did want to get into this, because I remember the Some of the battles with the bugs in this one are huge. So, and I like that kind of stuff. So yeah, $2. I'm not gonna argue there. $1. I got Battlefield 4 on PS3. I know nobody's probably playing it online, but I'm one of those weirdos that likes the campaigns in video games, so that works for me. Another $1. I got Ratchet and Clank back in, what is it? A Crack in Time. Had some of the Ratchet and Clanks on PS2. I didn't play all of them, but I remember this one was supposed to be really good, so I was going to pick that up for $1. $2, I've got, this is one of those weird Xbox anomalies, like from the first Xbox where they did this. It's Star Wars Clone Wars packaged in together with Tetris Worlds. So I paid $2 and got 2 games, so I'm not going to turn that down. That's pretty cool. So these 3 here, these are all $1 games. And I've been, back in the day, I used to not want to buy anything that was shit because, you know, you don't want to stain your collection with crap. But now that a lot of people like to watch us play shitty games on our channel, I will buy shit. So, this one I just got because I figured it's an easier way to play this game than ripping out the board game every time. But it's Risk Global Domination on PS2. I got that for $1. This was my shit game purchase that I think is going to be hilarious. Robin Hood, Defender of the Crown. It just looks god-awful. And we're probably going to play that on the channel someday. And then I got this because I always thought these games were really funny to watch people play because they're kind of infuriating because the controls aren't the greatest. But we have Dragon Ball Z Budokai. So, yeah. See how that goes. That was $1 as well. So, I got... What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4... 7 games, and I think I spent like a little over $10 for all of them. That's fantastic. I love yard sailing. Now, I guess this would be kind of, I don't know if this is really something to toot a horn about or whatever, because I know when these things were out, not many people seem to really care about them, but I don't know. When I find stuff like this, I just kind of like it. I found a PlayStation iToy in the box for $2. It's complete in the box. Never. It looks like it was taken out at one point, but it's the box is really still in decent shape. It's complete. And if you're a game collector and you like keeping stuff around that, you know, you like having complete sets of things that were even experimental game paraphernalia, like, that's pretty cool, I think. For $2, completed. I like that. Oh, and then for 25 cents, this was the first place I stopped. This is, and I'm gonna end the show. I'm gonna end this episode on this. That's really freaking weird. 25 cents. I picked up Lord of the Flies. If you haven't read this book, read it. It's fantastic. So that was my Saturday here. There was tons of stuff everywhere, but again, with yard sailing, it's a lot of baby clothes. You have to sift through a lot of baby toys and all that kind of stuff, and the video game stuff is getting fewer and farther between. But, you know, every now and then you get really lucky. So, if you've always been wondering about going out yard sailing, I say do it. Because, you know, you could look at all this stuff that's on this table here, and I think I might have spent $30, maybe, probably even less than that this week. So it's worth it when you think about it, when you really narrow it down. So that'll be it for this episode, guys. Now, I believe Will and Fred will both be joining me again next weekend. So we'll have that to look forward to. And in the meantime, like I said, Monday we should have the podcast version and the video version of our review for Great Balls of Fire going up. So if you're a wrestling fan, you should definitely check those out. And until next time, guys, I will see you next Saturday for another Yard Sale Shenanigans. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button below. Hit that bell because YouTube fucked everything up. And, you know, just tell us how we're doing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and I also got the cable guy.